Welcome to Everything Arsenal, and this is the latest transfer news. So it is official, the transfer market has gone absolutely crazy. These days, players who used to go for 20 million, you can only get them for 100 million. So yesterday night, the news was that Arsenal had made the second bid for Caicedo. The bid was worth 70 million with add-ons included, but the fee was rejected by Brighton. So they rejected our two bids so far. And Fabrizio Romano confirmed that Arsenal should Arsenal make a new proposal in the next 48 hours, it would be a potential record fee. So you'd remember Pepe, we signed him for 72 million. So if we pay anything more than 70 million for Caicedo, it will be Arsenal's record transfer. That means we'll have paid 75 or 80 million or 90 million. But the second bid was rejected. So before I go to the latest news from today, would you guys pay anything more than that? Because when I did the video yesterday, some people said no, 70 million is the maximum. Or do you guys want us to pay 75, 80, 85, 90 million? Or do you have any other players in mind? It's definitely hard to get a midfielder, but that is a position we have to get. Definitely have to get a midfielder, especially even before we had El Neni injured and Lokonga having a couple of poor performances. We still needed a midfielder before that. So with Lokonga maybe even going out on loan, you never know, or even at the end of the season, and El Neni being injured, now we seriously need a midfielder. And according from the news for today, whatever I've said, Arsenal preparing to take their bid for Moises Caicedo up to 75 million. 70 million plus 5 million add-ons would be club record deal. Brighton still holding out, but seem to be getting closer to their valuation now. So it looks like we're getting closer to the valuation. We are now about to offer them 75 million. I still have a feeling that they're going to reject that as well. I mean, he's played less than 30 games for them in the Premier League. Literally, he's been there for since last season alone, and he's played less than 30 games. That is how crazy the transfer market is. When a team, especially when a team knows that you're desperate to get a player in that position, and also when they don't really need to sell that player, they're going to ask for crazy money because they're not really going on a loss at any loss at all. They can just say, no, we want 200 million. What can you do? You have to pay the money or you don't get the player. At this point, we've made two bids. The player has already asked for a transfer request. He's posted on his Instagram about wanting to leave the club, but still nothing. And I do understand, like being, if I was a Brighton fan or a Brighton board member or stuff, I mean, they've sold Cucurella, they've sold Mope, they've sold Trossard, they've sold Bissouma, all these guys in the last like 2 transfer windows only. They've gotten a lot of money, so they don't really need a lot of money. I mean, they got like 30 or something for Trossard. They got like 50 or 60 for Cucurella. They're getting a lot of money. A couple of seasons ago, they got 50 million for Ben White. So they don't really lack money. They're not desperate for money. But then the risk for them is if they don't sell him right now, next season, he could be going for only 25 or 30 million. So that is the risk for them. But as of now, they don't really need to, especially the fact that they are doing very well in the Premier League and they could be end up finishing in the top 7 and getting maybe a Conference League position or even a Europa League position. They don't really need to sell any more of their best players. And you'd remember they also had another midfielder called Mwepu who had to retire. So they've lost a couple of more players, even the ones who've not really transferred out to the team. So I do understand their point and how they're thinking about this, but 75 million looks like a lot of money. So again, Arsenal are considering to make a club record bid for Moises Caicedo as they try to sign the midfielder before the deadline tomorrow. So the deadline is tomorrow. That is like around 30 hours from now. So we have literally less than 2 days to get a midfielder in. So far, so good. We've gotten in Jakub Kiwior, a good defender. We're waiting to see how he plays for us. And obviously, we've gotten Trossard, and the 2 games he's played really well against Man City. And also before that, in the Premier League game against Man United, he played well when he came on. So far, so good. Get this third player in, a midfielder, and things are looking good. But we have to be ready for anything. What about if it doesn't happen? What if we can't get him? What are the alternatives? So we've been linked to Zubimendi. Is it Zubimendi or Zubimendi of Real Sociedad? That is like, it's going to cost us like 52 million for the release clause. Maybe if this one doesn't work out, we are going to maybe go for him tomorrow. But from the latest, Tielemans is back in the news. Arsenal consider late offer for Yuri Tielemans. However, Leicester's relegation battle means they won't or can't consider letting him leave this month. The Belgian will leave Leicester in the summer when his contract expires. So if you really want him, if you like go right now and pay 30 million for Tielemans, you're going to get him. They're definitely going to accept it. But that is not good business because he only has like 4 or 5 months remaining on his contract. He will be free at the end of the season. So really, you can only be paying 10 million or 12 million for him right now. But that is not a fee that Leicester are going to agree upon. They're fighting relegation, just like West Ham this season with Declan Rice. They are not going to sell those players, especially in the bottom 6, bottom 7 fighting to survive the league. Leicester know if they sell Tielemans right now and maybe one of their players gets an injury like Maddison, that is it for them. They're going to be relegated if they have these 2 players missing. Same with West Ham. They know if they don't have Declan Rice in midfield, the likes of Suchek have not been on top form this season. They're going to be in major trouble. So they definitely need to keep their better players. So it's going to be hard. We are also linked with Onana. A couple of maybe a week ago, we are linked to Onana. But again, you have to ask yourself, what are Arsenal looking for? What kind of midfield are we looking for? Are we looking for a midfielder who's just going to sit in midfield and just tackle, hard tackler, protect the midfield? Or are you looking for a midfielder who can also go forward and pass the ball, just like Thomas Partey, a midfielder who can notch up with a couple of goals as well? Really depends on which kind of player we are also looking for that. So that is going to be interesting as well. I do expect us. I'm confident you're going to get a midfielder. It might be Caicedo. It might not be Caicedo. It might be someone that we've not really talked about or been told about. So we just have to wait and see. But that's the latest on Caicedo. A lot of transfer news coming up. I'm sure that we're going to hear a lot of other news. But as of now, thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.